All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in 1/3. And Adawan Ratazah, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha Kodash, and Tawada Abanawa Yahweh Bahashem El Shai, Bahashem Racha Kodash, forgive me the inspiration to do this lesson. And Adawan Ratazah, I'm going to title it, Feminism is About to Go Out the Window. Okay, and I'm going to show you this clip right here. And I had a few precepts in mind while watching this, and I said, well, let me ask Chat GPT, and Chat GPT is on point. Okay, now I use Chat GPT for like history, biblical informations, and of course it takes that data and it stores it. So a lot of precepts that it came up with are precepts that I have searched for in the past. But I want to show you that even Chat GPT understands when Jacob's trouble comes, that feminist, independent, I can do bad by myself spirit is going to go out the window. Okay, now check this out. Check this out.
Seen maybe some punches being thrown. I think here's a closer look of that protester being pummeled this morning. So, Joni, thanks for being out there live for us and keeping an eye on the situation, because it is developing by the second.
That's reality right there. Okay, that's reality right there. See, right now, because of Babylon, you women, okay, you women out there, you believe in the lie. Okay, you've been supplanted. You've been supplanted and deceived by the serpent again. Okay, what is a woman? Okay, what is a single mother of four really gonna do to a troop like this? Okay, and Jacob's trouble hasn't even begun yet. But this is a taste of reality. Okay, I might title that. This is a taste of reality. So check this out. So I said, show me scriptures about how when major calamity happens, there will be no feminist mindset on these women or people. It says, good question. The Bible often shows that when judgment or calamity strikes, the illusions of self-sufficiency, pride, or worldly mindsets, including feminist-like independence, collapse. In those times, people are humbled, and women especially are portrayed as seeking protection and order rather than clinging to pride. Look at this. Look at this. It even added Isaiah 4:1, man. Okay, look. Isaiah 3:16, it says, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness. Now, this already affects portions of our women now, but imagine in Jacob's trouble, okay, when the government is controlling water, controlling electricity, controlling necessary resources or goods, the vintage is going to fail on these women because they're not going to be able to put themselves together. They're not going to be able to get all the good sweet smells and perfumes and clothes that accentuate their bodies. Okay, this is the level of judgment that's coming in the near future. All right, and that is reality, what we're watching. You see how he just tossed her? Okay, and this is what you women deprived of wisdom fail to realize. Okay, I have this saying of mine that I've been saying for years. Yeah, it'll change when the lights go out. When the lights go out, that's when it's going to be a different tune. Okay. It says, thy men shall fall by the sword. That's why it also says in 2nd Esdras that the virgins will mourn having no husband because they died in war. So in World War III, when the draft takes place, okay, and you're going to have men out here in a very primal rage spirit on them, all right? And they're going to enact their emotions. Remember, the scriptures also tell us in the last days there will be incontinency, which is an unable to control their sexual desires. What does it say in Isaiah? That the men will fall and the women will be ravished, okay? It says, and thy mighty in war. And then look, it precepts Isaiah 4:1 right here. And I know that because we read this. It says, in that day, this is Isaiah 4:1 right here. It says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, an elect Israelite man. Because I'll say this too. You could have scenarios where a woman may see a man and think that that man could help her, and then he dies, like the movie Bushwick. Remember the woman got saved by Batista because the 2 men was going to take her out in that basement, and then Batista saved her. And then in the movie, what happened to Batista? He ends up dying later in it. Okay, so only the elect Israelite men are going to be as precious as fine gold. And guess what? It even brought up that precept. So ChatGPT pulled out all the precepts that I have searched for before, and it put it into a damn lesson. Okay, it put it into a lesson. Now we don't adhere to all the information that ChatGPT or artificial intelligence gives us because we have the Holy Spirit. So we discern even with the information that it gives. But it gave some good precepts. It says, look. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. Oh, so you don't got a problem with Cheesecake Factory now. Oh, you don't got a problem with going to the Cracker Barrel. You don't got a problem with Olive Garden now. Remember all that shit? Remember all those trends of all these lists and demands that these women were putting out there? Okay, it's going to be a different reaction in Jacob's Trouble, how these men are going to be reacting to these women. And Exhibit A, let's go back. Look at this.
So, Joni, thanks for being out there live for us and keeping an eye on the situation, because it is.
That's reality. That's Micah 7. And look at her. Look at this Edomite to the left. She can't believe her eyes. Well, you're in for a rude awakening. Okay, you're in for a very rude awakening because you are deceived by the wine of Babylon. You're deceived by feminism, and you actually think that we're equal. You actually believe a lie. Okay,
developing by the second.
Hopefully things.
Look at her. The fuck you doing wearing a mask
down there? We'll check back in with Jonas for the very latest.
That's reality right there. That's reality right there. Okay. Now it says, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our approach. And how's a woman going to be called by her name? Through the act of sex. Okay. So women are going to be in the right mindset when the destruction takes place. That's the level it has to go for in particular women to get it. Okay. Look at this. Meaning, in calamity, women who once walked in pride are humbled. The feminist mindset disappears. Instead, women will desire the stability of a man's covering, an Israeli elect man's covering, even willing to provide for themselves if only they can be under his name. Wow. And look, it gives me Jeremiah 30:7. And look at it, says, in Jacob's trouble, even men are overwhelmed, showing that all pride, arrogance, and worldly mindsets will collapse under the weight of calamity. No one will have the luxury to boast in independence. Wow. Look, Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man, an Israelite elect man, more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay, look, meaning in the time of destruction, don't we say this? The value of a righteous man will skyrocket. It's literally taking my words. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. At some point, I believe that the ChatGPT hears our conversations because that's what I say. I literally just did a lesson 10 minutes ago, and I said that our stock is gonna skyrocket. So I believe that it listens to us too. This is why you gotta train it. It says independent mindsets vanish because survival will hinge on being connected to the Lord's chosen man. Woo! This is tough. Look, Micah 7:10. Let me go back. Let me look it right here. Watch. Omen alert. Oh, hold on. Okay, thank you. Omen alert. Boom! That's omen alert. People are not ready to see the level of judgment that Yahweh Shemashai is about to bring. We ourselves are even built up to be able to handle it. It says, then she, that is my enemy, right? The ex, the baby mother, all right, the rude, independent, evil bitches. Remember how women were acting when Kamala Harris was so-called running for president? I remember exactly how you fucking bitches were acting, man. And I'm a very nice, mannerful, moral man, okay? I'm a very nice guy, but I'm not gonna bow to no bitch, okay? You women expect men to worship you, and that's because you got a demon on you. I remember me and the brother just went to the grocery store. We had just left the gym, and we were surrounded by nothing but these evil fucking single, overpopulated, weighted women, okay? And they were real rude to us, and they all had an I voted sticker, and we already knew who they voted for. And look at how they were acting. Look at how you women act with your so-called freedom, okay? This is just reality setting in. Reality is about to set in, man. When the lights go off, reality will set in. I might even title it that. It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? See? Okay, remember Job's wife said, curse the Most High and die? How many women has brothers dealt with in this walk, okay, that didn't see his value, didn't see his worth, didn't see what he feels, didn't see how the Lord sees him, and then that is the shame that's going to cover her. Wisdom Solomon 5, this is he who we had in derision. This was he who we laughed at because he wasn't available on Saturdays, because he read, because he prayed, because he served a God that I can't see. Yes, my eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Look, meaning women or people, well, no, it means women who mocked or walked in pride will be humbled and stripped of their arrogance when calamity comes. Look at this. Look, and then it gave me Amos 8:11. I'm telling you, this thing ate all the precepts up and then compiled a lesson together. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. A famine of hearing the word. Let me see what it says. When calamity strikes, whether famine, war, or Jacob's trouble, the feminist mindset of independence and pride collapses. I should have read that. Women will seek covering, men will be humbled, and only those anchored in the Lord will stand. Look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful, man. That is beautiful. I just saw this video. Look at this. Tossed her little ass. Reality set in. When the lights go out, reality sets in. Look at this. Get your ass back. Look. Get your ass back. And remember, the scriptures also say, obey the powers that be. But I will add, remember, 2 Ezra 9, there will be uproars of the people. Okay, there were uproars of the people. But now look at how they're going to be handled. Let me go. Let me put the sound on. All right, let's watch this again. I want you to watch this, all right? And you sisters, you better thank Yahweh Shemel Shai that you ain't out here like these women anymore, okay? And men are not going to be able to handle seeing the way women are going to be judged, okay? Men ain't going to be able to handle how they're being judged. That's why he says, why do I see men with their hands on their loins?
Joni, thanks for being out there live for us and keeping an eye on the situation, because it is developing by the second.
Hopefully things calm down there. We'll check back in with Joni for the very latest.
Reality's about to set in, man. All right, so I pray that this lesson was edifying. I just want to say, call halal. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace, safety, and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.